Lizette LaForge from Beacon Windows, and today we're going to talk about weather stripping. Weather stripping is the lifeblood of efficiency in a door, keeping outside outside and inside inside. And weather stripping is generally fluffy stuff that as it ages from various things like sun, sand, wind, water, will wear down. And I kid people all the time and tell them weather stripping is like toothbrush. If you had a 10-year-old toothbrush, do you have any teeth? Probably not, because you don't have what you needed to keep the job done. So that's the same thing with weather stripping. So I'm going to point out where most doors have it so you can kind of be looking for it and show you some examples. Now this door was an interior door from the 60s, so it's well preserved. But even on this door, you can kind of see, come around here, that this is called wood pile, wool pile, and this is already degraded, okay? And it's very flat. It doesn't have any good fluffy left. It's kind of like its bristles are all gone. So again, no toothbrush for our work. Again, another spot over here for you. This is the two pieces. There's a strip here and a strip there that goes down the length of every door that moves. That also is the fluffy kind. And you can hear this door rattles when it doesn't have its proper couching of weather stripping. And then come on here and I'll show you another spot. This area right here, which hopefully you can see with the glass, this is half of what we call an interlocking channel. That piece of metal, there's a groove in there where you see the shadow, and you can see in this one, you can actually see the weather stripping, which looks thicker and wider than the one that was over there. But the two doors, the one that moves over it, they nest together kind of like that from top to bottom. It's a nested system. So when you have a nested system, you have to have the weather stripping on both sides. This applies whether you have a moving panel or a non-moving panel. They both have to have their weather stripping to be properly cared for against the outside air conditioning or heat losses that can happen. So when we go to look at these kinds of things, you think, well, are all weather strippings the same? Ha-ha! They are not all the same. There are lots of different kinds. And as you can see, they come on backers and they come in different thicknesses and depths and widths, and you got to pick the right one for the right product. It's important. These things really keep us efficient. And to keep efficiency besides good weather stripping, you also have proper alignment, which comes from the rollers. So you have to understand how the whole system works together. That's why when you have a multi-panel door, you work on all three, even though most people only use the first door. It's because the door uses the other panels, and it's important to know that. There is another kind of weather stripping that's also found. This one's called a sweep. It goes on the bottom outside of doors that move. Sometimes it comes in different colors, and it basically acts as a defense, kind of like that flat, big piece of rubber that's at the bottom of a garage door, where when the rain comes down and a wind pushes, it doesn't want to push up and in and spit onto your floor inside the house. This is an interior door, so that doesn't really have a problem with it here, but it also is a great defense against bugs and lizards. So even on an interior door, you'd want to keep your sweep in good shape. It needs to be pliable, soft, and it needs to be effective by being across the whole entire opening of everything that moves. And then the last kind is a little fat one called a carpet, and it goes in the upper and bottom tracks between where doors nest together, because where the grooves stop, sometimes the draft can still come in, up and over a track or from the bottom. That's really helpful when you're in windy situations like up against the beaches. So weather stripping, very important every 7 to 10 years. Keep your eyes open for things that are decaying. When you start to see that, that's a great time to give us a call.